And we're back here at Schaefer Center. Lady Lions down 43-22 as the Lions warm up, as they'll take the court here in about an hour. Looking at some of the first half stats that stick out. Here they are, John. Take a look at these. Free throws work, Lions 6 out of 6. Rebound, slight advantage for Wayland Baptist. Field goal percentage tells the story, though. 53% to just 25 for Lady Lions. Add to that the three-point shots falling as well, thanks to Gonzalez. 7 of 11 for 63%. That's an astounding percentage, John. Just 28 for the Lions.
Well, those two stat lines will tell you everything you need to know about this game. It's been a fairly decent night, and I would say a good night for the Flying Queens and the Lady Lions. Ooh, they're just finding it hard to put the ball in the bucket, and then when you add on the shooting percentage, 63%, almost 64% from the three-point line for the Flying Queens. I mean, that's just not going to work out well for any opponent.
11 turnovers.
Those are fairly even. Those stat
They
lines
are.
are not, obtuse in any way. They very, very close. The foul situation's very close. Um, and if you're Coach Beatles, you've just got to hope that your team will come out and catch fire.
19-3, John. Bench scoring, check mark, Flying Queens. That's a huge. We could see it. You got Sato. You got Gonzalez off the bench.
Yeah.
Riley's playing well.
Yep. Wow. This team.
There's that roll that went in the first bucket of the game.
When you look into the roster and you see how many young players are up and comers and contributing to significantly to the game now, you're going, wow. WBU is going to be there for a little while, and that's scary.
Monreal leads the Flying Queens with 9. Rebounding leader is going to be Anderson with just 4. Assist leader is Jada Riley with 5. For the Lady Lions, their scoring leader at the first half is Monica Dorsey. Again, played really well in the second half of this season. Cox with 4 rebounds, and Page, the big man, leads all assists, scores with just 2.
That was a little underwhelming.
I know.
And unfortunately, Charity Page is hurt, and she will not be back. She's not even questionable. She's not coming back for the rest of this game. So, we see her on crutches coming out of the trainer's room right now, and that's not a good sign. That is just not a good sign. I hate that for Charity. Hate that anyone would get hurt, but she is, a key part of the motor that makes this thing turn.
Let's look at our guaranteed wins, John. Let's take a look and see where we're at. Okay, folks. Top to bottom, OKC, we all picked them. They're having their way against Southwestern Christian. We all picked MACU. They're in a tight one against St. Greg's. We all got number 25 Texas Wesleyan. That game starts at 3. And we've all picked the same teams down the road, OK Baptist and Wayland Baptist. Sorry, Lady Lions, we had to go with the numbers. We picked the Flying Queens to win this game, and right now they have 11 points. Hey, I hope they prove us wrong. We all picked them, so no blood if the Lady Lions come back and win.
Well,
but
that's one of those picks that you don't you're not hurt if you get if it's a loss.
Absolutely.
Because we want the Lady Lions
Sure.
to win it. But this is a great team they're playing, so we're going to live in reality as well.
Points off turnovers, 20-6 in favor of the Flying Queens. Well, that's been a big impact. They're bucket underneath there by Heastan to get things going. Now check that. Yeah, it is actually going to be Greer, but a 14-point advantage of points off turnovers, and the lead was 11 at halftime. That's a big reason why these Flying Queens are enjoying a big lead here at half. And Hill, she rolls a 3 in. Taylor Hill doesn't need much space. She took it, buried it. That's actually a 2-pointer. The lead back to 11. Castillo looked at it, back over to Alfanago. Now Castillo again, and just like ice in her veins. Laura Castillo, the junior from Plainview, Texas, her first bucket.
And if they weren't shooting well, too well already, wow. Just get up around 70%, why don't you?
In a big hurry. Hill over to McAfee, quickly swinging over to Ward from Dorsey, looking for Cox, not there. Skip pass over to McAfee. 8 on the shot clock. Hill launches a 3, 2 in a row. Long balls. That one is 3, easily behind the line. The lead is 11. A quick 5 from Hill.
Actually, the lead is 21, Rob.
Oh my gosh, I can't even see my numbers right. Let's go with 21, not 11. I wish it was 11.
Well,
it's 48-27, not 38.
Coach Beatles would like to only be down 11, shooting 25, 23%.
Nice pass inside there on the replay, and whistle will send. It was actually on the floor, so we'll inbound back to WBU. Castillo, she's got Greer inside, and she gets the touch. Aisha Greer, point number 6. 50-27. Aisha Greer, a 6-foot senior from Reno, Nevada, a transfer from Gillette College. Oh, great! I just said the word Gillette. Now I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. I just queued up John Cookman to go off on me.
I'm gonna give you a few more minutes, and then we're gonna get into
Gillette Stadium
Super Bowl talk.
What was I thinking? Hill over to Dorsey. Cox swings over to McAfee. Not a good release at all. And in transition, tough shot, protects the ball with her body. It's Shauna Monreal. She's got 9. I checked that. She's got 14 now. She had 9 at halftime. Quick 5. In the second half, Ward over to Cox from 15 and just blocked right in front of her face by Greer. Picked up by Anderson, the loose ball. On up ahead to Castillo. Spots up Monreal. Back over to Castillo. Nice inside move, turn, spin. Greer, no good. Across the timeline, now Hill. Hesitates, goes baseline, turns, stops, keeps her dribble alive. We need to get a good, solid basket here. I'd like to see Cox get on track again. Take her. Take her. Now Cox had Greer faced up. She turned, faced her defender. The paint was generally open. Why doesn't Cox just pump fake and go around?
Well, you're asking me to read her mind.
I mean, it's just right there.
I don't know. Evidently, she thought they needed to be a little more into the offense before she made that move.
When you're down 25 points, you may want to try something new, and that was a whistle underneath. Cox. It's her second foul. The bump. That'll send Shauna Monreal to the line. Her first free throw is good, and she's got 15 points. The lead is now creeping up close to 30. It's at 26 with 16:43 left in half number 2. Second one's good. Boy, it's just tough to get any kind of momentum going here for the Lady Lions when the defense is just this solid for WBU. That's just another good play right there, but there's a whistle. Just a lot of lane denials. All those pass lanes are getting shut off in a big hurry. That time, a little ticky-tack. It's number 2 on Anderson. Dorsey underneath, fresh shot clock. Over to McAfee. Swings it back left. Hill's got to take that. She does take it, and she nails it. No hesitation.
She's beginning to heat up. They only gave her 2 points for that.
It was inside the three-point line. She was a foot inside of it. Monreal, here's Castillo. It looked good coming off. It looked real good coming off. Wow.
You got to feel good about being able to come in someone else's gym and just dominate.
Well, you played a lot of ball in a lot of different gyms. There's different feels, different even temperatures, how the lights are laid out, and obviously love playing in your home gym. But talk about how a shooter can just quickly acclimate to even what's behind the glass, or how far depth there is between the wall and the rim. And these shooters here have figured this Schaefer gym out in a big hurry and how to
They,
shoot here.
they have, and it may be similar to the setup that they're used to shooting at from their home, but whatever it is, um, they're not challenged here. There's not a real big crowd. It's a pretty soft crowd this afternoon, so no 12th man or 6th man per se in the stands to wreak havoc on the psyche of the opponent. So you come into a soft crowd and a very comfortable gym. This is one of the better gyms to play on, one of the better floors to play on in AI basketball. So we've heard from many of the schools that come here, and um, but still, it's a long trip, and I I would assume that they came in last night and maybe got a night's rest, but that's still long trips can kind of wreak havoc on your confidence and how you play.
Well,
Not today, not for the Flying Queens.
Dorsey nails another two, and her free throw percentage is quickly on the rise. And going up easy, right up front of the basket, La Tariqa Anderson, point number 6, layup drill. And boy, Sato almost had Cox. Cox able to get the shot off, and she will go to the line. Nice seal from Cox, but nice recovery from Sato, but just a little too much body over the top. We'll send Cassie to the line. Here it is again. There's the seal, and you see Sato's long arms reaching over, and there's the foul as Cox went up.
Yeah.
You like Sato's play, don't you? She's going to be a
Well,
good player.
we get to see a lot of talent come through here on both the women's and men's side, and I can tell you, she is one of the young bright stars of the Sooner Athletic Conference. I will expect to see her in many Player of the Week category earnings in the next 3 years after this.
The freshman from El Paso, Texas is Sato. Went to Bel Air High School. In transition now, here comes McAfee. 2-on-3, no number. She pulls it back out. Spots uphill. Long three. Off the mark, but offensive board from Dorsey. Now Ward tries a mid-range. No, it's Sato. Clears. Out to Castillo. So 2 shots off. None able to fall. Both were good looks. And that's been the story of this game. Low percentage of shooting for Lady Lions. And then those points off turnovers. Cox rips that one out of the air, keeps the ball high, away from the defender. Textbook rebound. Dorsey backs it up. Lady Lions down 27, 14:45 remaining in the ball game. High screen pick from Cox, give and go, and Sato just picked it. She picked that thing up before it even happened. It's as if she was the intended receiver. Nice high screen pick as a bucket good on the other end.
And give her the assist.
Absolutely.
Not only did she steal it, she goes 3/4 of the court down dribbling. Pretty impressive for a big girl. And gets the good pass. Good fundamental pass.
Don't be fooled by her thin frame, folks. Sato is a playa. She defended that high screen pick that Cox set for McAfee, or check at Dorsey, and she just intercepted that pass intended for Cox, who had rolled. That's a high IQ. I'm sorry. That's just an amazing IQ that early to be able to pick up. There it is right there again. She knew what was coming.
Yeah, well, she sat back in the defense and read it.
Yep.
Like a nice publication that, I don't know where I was going with that, but.
I thought you were going to say, like, how Brady reads defenses, like get some kind of Patriots gig in there, but you went
well,
somewhere
I was going to
weird.
say Garden and Gun. And
and Dorsey with the steal. Cox picks up the loose ball. She's stuck, gets it back to Dorsey. You were just trying to come up with some metaphor to just like fell right
Yeah,
in your
yeah. I
lap.
realize, well, that probably wouldn't be applicable here.
Hill.
Textbook.
Textbook. There it is.
Textbook.
Textbook. Cox posts up Dorsey with a little reaching over the top.
And that was a little ticky tack.
It was
I
ticky
mean,
tack.
it looked like Sato still had good position. Yeah, didn't cause too much trouble down there. I think they're just letting her know, hey, we see you. You're down here.
Wide open free throw, basically. And that one's off the mark. She had that all night, Thursday night. And it could be her ankle bothering her on the jump release. I don't know, but that shot was falling, and she can't believe it herself. Like it was a layup there Thursday, and there's a turnover on the replay. 61-34, your score. Been all Wayland. But look at Sato get position, turns on Cox,
Ooh.
and was looking for
And she'll
Monreal.
learn. She'll learn. See, her coach is telling her right now, get the ball up high and dump pass over your defender. You're bigger than everyone on the court. Use it to your advantage. Instead, she kind of one-handed flip pass.
Now
So,
Cox versus Sato. Pump fake crossover, way off the mark. Good defense by Sato to deny a good shooting lane. McAfee is still on up ahead, and she'll go coast to coast and lay it up and in. Riley had her pocket picked. Riley over to Monreal. Riley now back inside. And a turnover. That was Afanugo with the turnover.
yeah, and actually, Monreal she had shifted outside of the passing lane. That was a good pass. It was where it needed to be. Monreal just happened to shift outside of the passing lane.
Baseline. McAfee got it out to Cox and a whistle on the pass. Foul number 6 for WBU. The second on Sullivan. McAfee will take a seat. Croc check backs in. Reagan Heastan will check in for Honesty Sullivan. And a stack inbound play. Dorsey inbound. Players split. When you're in trouble, usually you pass it long. Instead, Cox snuck back underneath. Took all 4.5 seconds here allotted. Got it into Croc just in time for a wide open layup. And those are the small things that Coach Robertson Ellis would likely pick out when they watch the film tonight or tomorrow to kind of clean up the things. That an inbound play like that, you should never just give up an easy layup underneath your own basket.
Yeah,
Never, ever.
That's right, and it's really it's fun to see from a basketball IQ perspective. Coach Robertson Ellis is over there still coaching her girls, trying to get them better, trying to get them to see things, not just saying, "Hey, look, we're up here. We're gonna cruise to another victory." She is adamantly projecting her wisdom and understanding onto her players about every detail of this game, and that's really fun to see, and that's why they're so good.
Loose ball. Greer gets it over. Out of trouble. Now quick pass back over to Riley. She scoops it up over Cox. Offensive rebound, weak side, and a whistle. And that'll send La Tarica to the charity stripe. Afanugo, she's got 6 points on the game. She averages 14. The team leader, we mentioned earlier, team leader held to just 6 thus far. Nice free throw release from the junior from Plano Senior High School. Oh my gosh, why is our graphics man putting that up? What are we doing, Mr. Lex? Why are you bringing up this old news? It's old news.
No, that's fresh news, ladies and gentlemen, and my play-by-play partner here has a little statement that he needs to make per his agreement with me. And we just want to make sure you know. Who was it that won the Super Bowl, Mr. Price?
I've been trying for a week to perform these words. I'll try it now. I'm going to try to form it. Um, the Patriots. The Patriots.
You are such a drama queen.
Won. The Patriots won the. The Patriots won the Super.
You are. That's
The Patriots
excruciating.
won the Super Bowl. There, I said it. Now get off of me.
That's not going to happen. That's just the beginning.
Oh, and she got away with the walk. Greer got away with the travel. And looked at me like, instead, she gets a little 8-foot jump shot. No good. You may disagree. I think she walked. Anderson now inside. Skips it over to Gonzalez. Her fourth three of the game.
My. This young lady can shoot the basketball. What a great talent coming off of the bench for Wayland Baptist.
All 12 points from beyond the three-point line. She's got 12. She's leading. She may be leading all scores at this point. She only averages 4.3 a game.
It's going to be interesting to see what the bench scoring is because the bench might actually outscore the Lady Lions.
I didn't see that coming. You may be right with just 40 points on the board. And it's a very deep bench for the Flying Queens. They've got 70. Now you got to figure it's going to be close. The bench versus the Lady Lions total team as they're now down 30 with 8:49 left. Cox, tough shot, good off the glass. Cassie Cox with her 9th point of the game. She had 21 here 2 nights ago. And Lady Lions falling back. It looks like a, is that a 1-3? Looks like a 1-3-1.
Yeah, it's a little 1-3-1.
Mixing things up here. And a foul underneath the basket into the left block. It's going to be Taylor Hill, number 13. That's just her first foul. That will send Wayland Baptist to the line. There's a three-point percentage comparison, 63%. 33, it's inching better, but how about the Flying Queens flying off the handle from three-point land? 63% from beyond the arc. That is astounding. You played 32 minutes, and you've shot quite a few number threes, and many of them come from sub-players like Gonzalez. That's very impressive.
Yes, it is. They've got a good thing going on there in Plainview, Texas. It's where Wayland Baptist University resides.
Dorsey.
An enrollment of about 1,200 students there.
Oh, air on that one. On up ahead, and pass overthrown, intended for Regan Heastand. She's a freshman from Gunter, Texas, out of Gunter High School. 5'8" guard. They've got, let's see, 3 freshmen on their team. Heastand, and Sato, of course, mentioned her, and Riley, the guard. She's got a lot of playing time. She's also a freshman from Austin, Texas. So this team is young and talented. And who knows, they may give Oklahoma City Stars a run for their money here next year or two.
Well, they're very capable. I think that they need to go ahead and play that game to determine the winner instead of just giving it to Oklahoma City this year. I know Oklahoma City is great, but this is a fantastic team, and Miss Robinson Ellis is the coach, and she is doing a fantastic job. After today's win, we're going to go ahead and, I think, write this win up for Wayland Baptist. She'll be 31-22 in her this is just her second year. Well, so that's a fantastic record.
33 and 20, actually.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 33 and 20.
Well, you mentioned Oklahoma City. The next time these Flying Queens take the court will be at home against the Stars. Oklahoma City number 2 in the nation. And you think this team can give them a fighting chance to
Oh,
win.
there's no doubt. They're gonna give Oklahoma City a good game.
That game is coming up Thursday.
One of the few teams in the country that probably can give them a good game. Oklahoma City is for real as well.
Last time those two teams played, it was when the Stars were ranked #1 in the nation back on December 6th, and it was an 86-74 loss by Wayland Baptist. So 12 points
But
on the road.
that was in Oklahoma City, so
and that's almost 2 months ago. Sato, boy, she's good. There's your player. There is a player that Mr. Cookman has his eye on in the Women's Sooner Athletic Conference. Remember that name and number, number 40, Nina Sato.
If she stays healthy and she stays on this squad, she is going to be a national player of recognition, and that's something that you got to be excited about if you're a Wayland Baptist fan.
Diggle's in the game. Sato's on her, loose ball, and Sato comes away with it. Gives it up to Riley.
And Gonzalez. Wow, what a great. Here she goes.
Number
on
5.
On cue.
Oh, her first miss of the game. Put her on the bench. She's 4 out of 5.
Second miss.
Okay, check that. Second miss. She's 4 out of 6.
Wow, that's amazing.
Rodriguez launches a 3, buries it. Nina Rodriguez off the bench.
Not Nina, Jaira.
Oh my gosh. Let's go with Jaira Rodriguez. And a timeout on the floor.
You might want to learn your roster there, play-by-play.
5, Nina, Jaira, 5:30 remaining. It's been all WBU here at the Schaefer Center.
Although it may not sound like it, we do our research here at the SAGU Sports Network. We try at least. Sometimes we're on, sometimes we're off.
Let's go down now to the courtside and check in with Adam Ferguson.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with senior Clayton O'Neill. Now, Clayton, you've seen a lot of big games here in your 4 years. Where's this game compared to all those other big games?
Honestly, it's right up there at the top. I mean, this has been it's a different year for us. We had to rebuild a little bit, and picking up some guys in the middle of the year, we've really had to make some adjustments, but we're really starting to click now and getting on a roll here. So this game means a lot. Being tied for second with this team in conference, it's a huge game for us.
What do you have to do to walk away with a win tonight?
They're big, honestly. They have some really big guys, and they honestly shoot the ball really well too. So defense is going to be a huge part of the game for us, and also defensive rebounding, because like they have a big 6'8" guy who he just dominates the board. So we got to keep him out of the paint, off the boards.
All right, well, good luck tonight, Clayton. Back to you, Rob.
Clayton O'Neill getting kind of comfy and huggy with our courtside reporter there, John.
Well, if you know Clayton,
he's a friendly guy.
He is a very friendly guy, but he's the class clown. Great guy though, just super guy. This is his last year. Didn't know if he was actually going to be able to come back and be on the team because he had knee surgery in the break, and it's good to see him back. He's a great practice player. Doesn't get a whole lot of minutes in the game, but man, does he work hard in practice. And practice players make great teams.
How about the move from Sato to get free, who was Diggles, that was in her grill. She's a little crossover. Got free, missed the shot. Meanwhile, Jaira, got that right. Jaira Rodriguez whistled for the travel. Well, here it is again, a pump fake, crossover, wide open look.
I'll tell you right now, Sato is, as you heard the cliche, man amongst boys.
No, we got to see that play again. Sorry, John. You're going to see this play again. I want to show this play next top. You're going to see Sato move into the paint as the ball is still being passed to Sullivan. The next time we see replay, you're going to see it. It's an amazing play.
She has got a really high basketball IQ. Her athleticism is right there with it. And as I was about to say before I was cut off by my play-by-play,
there you go.
She is a woman amongst girls. And even though she's young, I see this kind of talent in the NCAA Division I level, and um, Wayland better. Hopefully she's committed to Wayland for the next 3 years. It'd be great for the NAI to have this level of talent to play, and hopefully she's not a passer through. But it's easily understandable when sometimes you see huge talents come into the league and then get gobbled up um, by these bigger schools that recognize the talent that's there.
She does what I try to get my daughter to do, and that is to live a half a second to a second in the future. She saw that Sullivan was going to get the ball and that she was going to cut through it. She was wide open in the paint. She made her move before the ball was caught from the prior passer. Love that living in the future because it just opens up the whole game to a whole new level. Here's Sato again. She's looking inside for Sullivan, stripped away by Diggles.
And that's the inexperience right there. She'll learn that when there's not anything there,
Nice move from Rodriguez.
toss it back out to your backcourt, not try to force it to happen.
Good point.
But that's a common mistake from young players that just want to make good things happen all the time.
Fighting, lost possession, fighting for possession. Turnover. We'll go back to Lady Lions. You see, it was Ward just stripped that one away, but Sato still fought for it till it went out of bounds. Under 3 to play. Lions down 29. They're going to fall to 2-10 in conference play, I believe. Yeah, they'll be 2-10 and 11-13 overall. Meanwhile, the Pioneers, the Flying Queens, will improve to 14-8 and 9-3 in conference play. And don't be surprised if that little RV, which is receiving votes, jumps to a actual number after this weekend. If there's some other losses above, you're going to see these Baptist University folks in the top 25. Easily.
Yeah, I don't see how it can't. The way the NAIA grades its rankings is a bit fledgling in that coaches vote. Raiders, the Raider system is based on the coaches, and to be fair to the coaches, they can't see the other teams, so they have to go on reputation, conference reputation, and that's how they come up with it.
And here, as promised, the history of the Flying Queens. Original team name was the Wayland Lassies, but in 1948, a local company, the Harvest Queen Mill, provided the uniforms for the university, and you can see the rest of the story there. They became the Flying Queens in honor of that company, local hometown company. Nice pump fake crossover, no good from Rodriguez, but she gets the whistle. Here it is again. Wayland grad Claude Hutcherson was persuaded to fly the team to Mexico. Hutcherson became enamored with the team and became a major sponsor. And when Hutcherson Air Service became a full sponsor of the team, they began calling the team the Hutcherson Flying Queens. And interesting, the Air Service continues to provide travel for the women's games, all the road games, even to this day. So, interesting history. Meanwhile, the men are not called the Flying Kings. They are the Pioneers, and they'll be on tap here shortly after the conclusion of this game. Number 21 team in the nation on the road against number 25, Donnie Bostwick-led Lions. And you've got to be impressed by the progress of the Donnie Bostwick team as the season's unfolded. They've inched up more, and you call this basically a team engineered by the head coach because the talent isn't quite the same as it was last year or the year before.
Absolutely. You lose the NAIA Player of the Year and second-team All-American in Caleb Gentry, and to me, one of the best defensive specialists in the game, at least in the NAIA. And you take away a lot of energy from a team, and it's been a transition. Like Clayton O'Neill said, it's been a transition. It's been a learning curve that these guys have had to go through to learn how to play with one another. But Coach Bostwick has given them a philosophy and of role playing and understanding their role and doing their job, and it takes a little buy-in. And it took a few games to get true buy-in. now, as he says, and we've witnessed it over the last 3-4 games, um, they are passionate
Yep.
about stepping onto the basketball court, and it's going to be a tough game for Wayland Baptist tonight to come on this floor. SAGU has only lost one game here this year, and that's because this is a tough place to play when the crowd's going, and and the way the men's team protects their floor. They take a lot of pride in not losing much here. And these guys, it's a lot of fun to watch. Jaira Rodriguez with a steal. She's just not quitting. Energizer Bunny out there. This is her last year, and she wants to make it a good one. Every second that she gets to play, she's out there to play, as hard as she can. But back to Donnie Bostwick, he's finally got the guys to buy in. So this is going to be a different game than before. Wayland Baptist really punched SAGU in the mouth and stole her confidence. And
Up on the road earlier in the
yeah,
year.
and it led to a skid.
Look at Rodriguez again, almost out-rebounded 4 players.
It led to almost 3 or 4 game losing skid, which is uncharacteristic for a SAGU team since Donnie Bostwick's been here. And they had to right the ship. It looks like it has been righted. Will it be enough to beat the talented Pioneers today? Well, that's yet to be seen, but it's going to be a good game. That's what I can guarantee you. Do not miss it. Stay around. Tell your friends, tell your family. Tune in to the SAGU Sports Network. We got a barn burner about to be lit up in about 30 minutes.
As you saw there earlier, Gonzalez hit her 5th 3 of the game. She's got 15 points, and under 10 seconds now, that shot from Shayna Tanks off the mark, and Cox rejected by Sato. That's the second time there's been a point-blank block, and time will expire.
Is a special player. Gonzalez, another all these young ladies are fantastic, but they have some shining stars in the making.
Women dropped this one 84-60. As you see the players congratulate one another and shake hands. We'll take a quick break here. Be back with pregame action. Game 2 coming up. Number 21 versus number 25 in a major battle for supremacy for second place in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the SAGU Sports Network. All right, welcome back as the men are warming up here at the Schaefer Center. As you see some of the final game stats, John, let's see how the percentages played out. They're really high at halftime. Field goal percentage ended up being right around 50% for the Flying Queens, 55% from beyond the 3. Wow. Meanwhile, mid-30s both ways for the Lady Lions. Free throws, fairly even. Rebounds, advantage check, WBU. More assists. More steals for the Lions front court. Team fouls the same, blocks the same, but overall, it's that right there, the field goal and three-point percentage, plus the points off turnovers, was the difference in this ballgame.
Well, and the bench scoring.
Let's look now. Let's take a look at the DAC stats and see if you were correct. You predicted that there may be as much bench scoring.
I don't know that I predicted it. I said it might be.
Might be. All right, let's see here.
Because the bench was scoring so well for Wayland Baptist. And, of course, at the end, the Lady Lions
a lot of points. Yeah, 36 points off the bench. 36 points. So, but wow, still impressive.
Yep. From
Gonzalez, Sato, I think Riley. There's Gonzalez right there, one of her 5 3-pointers of the game. There's nice inside play from Sato. She played an outstanding game. And
look for these young ladies, the Flying Queens, to do some damage in the tournament and most likely earn a spot to the NAIA National Tournament. I'm predicting it right here, right now.
Well, it's a pretty easy prediction. I mean, my goodness, they're ranked number 25. Gonzalez finished with 15. She was the team's leading scorer off the bench. Rebound leader, Anderson with 10. Riley, assist leader with 8. Meanwhile, Lady Lions, it was Dorsey with 14 points. Rebounds was Cox with 8 leading the way, and Dorsey also the assist leader with just 4. A real quiet game, John, from Taylor Hill. I'm not sure if she was just shut down or just wasn't, in the right frame of mind, but she had a really, really quiet game. In fact, she only had 1 assist. Did have 12 points, though, so. Well, there you have it. There's the highlights. We'll take a quick break here. Be back with more for the pregame show of Game 2 of our doubleheader.